guys, I already have the Notpolish Universal Tips on, and today we'll be starting out with the ombre nail first. And I'll pick up number 101 from Notpolish and put it on there, clean my brush, dip it in a little bit of monomer, and then flatten out the top area first like that, and then apply a little bit more pressure and press and pull the rest of the product down. And make sure when you guys are working in the hotter climate, in the hotter weather, that you pick up a little bit more monomer in your brush, and if it's colder, a little bit less monomer, because when it's hot the product will dry a lot faster, and when it's colder the product is a lot runnier. So just adjust your the way you pick up your monomer with your brush accordingly to the weather also. All right guys, and again I'll be doing another ombre on this nail, and this color is M88. It's a pinkish nude from Notpolish also. As you can see, I already flattened out the top area first, and then I'm gonna press and pull the rest of the product down to the tip of the nails. And I keep forgetting to mention to you guys, I am using a number 14 brush from Notpolish. It's 100% Kolinsky hair, so it's super soft, and if you guys take care of it really good, it will last you guys really long. All right, and I'm just using the brush just to press my nail into the product into the nail, trying to keep the shape of the nail nice and neat. And if you guys ever get a little bit of product stuck on your brush and you can't get it out because it's already dried up, make sure you do not soak it in acetone. What I do is I soak it in monomer. So soak it and then kind of wipe it off, soak it, wipe it off. All right guys, and I'm using a soft white with this nude, so I'll put on the first bead first. And make sure when you guys are doing an ombre, the second bead, like the transition in color, make sure the bead is wetter than usual, okay guys, because if it's too dry, you put it on, you go to pull it down like that, it might get what do you say, it might dry too fast and give you that harsh line rather than the perfect transitioning of the ombre. All right, and now I'm just gonna go in with a layer of clear acrylic just to make sure that when I go to file it on top of the nails, I won't lose that ombre effect. So I'll just go in and encapsulate it with a little bit of clear powder, just like that. Doesn't have to be too thick, because the thinner the ombre, the thicker the clear. The thicker the ombre underneath, the thinner the clear. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so and then for the other nail, I'll be doing an ombre also, same color, M88. First bead first, and then I'm just gonna pull it down. Make sure it's wet. All right guys, make sure the bead is wet when you guys are doing an ombre. The second bead, the transitioning color. Oh, I hope that makes sense. All right, so I'm just gonna clean off the edges first like that, and now I'm gonna wait for it to dry just a bit. And then now that is dry, I am going to go in and encapsulate it with a thin layer of clear acrylic also. And as I mentioned earlier, you see I have a little bit of acrylic stuck to my brush, and what I'm going to do after I apply this clear on is I will soak it in monomer just for a bit, and then that will soften that piece of acrylic off. And I'm just going to wipe it, apply a little bit of pressure, and use a paper towel and just kind of like gently wipe it off. If it's really on there, it might take a little bit longer to get that piece off, but usually just soak it in monomer. It should take care of that, okay guys? Never in acetone, because that will ruin your brush. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my 5-in-1 cross bit from Notpolish and just pre-shape my nail first before I do my hand filing. I like to use my drill to shape my nails. And for my question of the day today is, where are you guys from, and are your clients asking for fall nails yet? And what month do they usually ask you for fall nails? Because for me, around my area usually is about middle September, end of September, beginning of October. And that's when I started doing more like fall designs. And you know, I don't know if you guys know, but I live in San Diego, so the weather kind of like stayed the same all year. But leave me your answer down below. I really want to know, and the winner will be chosen at random again. And now we're just gonna go over the top of the nails and smooth everything out. There you go, and all the way down to the tip of the nail. And I'm just gonna go in just a bit to taper in that corner. There you go. And then now I'm gonna go in with the Notpolish hand file. What I love about this emery board is it's very sturdy, and it's a bigger file. Always use a bigger file and a very sturdy file when you guys do your shaping. I find that the smaller files are easily slip off the finger when I shape, so I always use the bigger hand file. So we're just gonna go in and buffer everything out nice and smooth. And what I'm using right now is a transfer gel. It's a Notpolish transfer gel, and I'm just gonna put on half of the nail only, just like that. And then just pull it down. Make sure you clean off the edges just a bit. There you go. And then I'm just gonna apply the transfer gel to the other half of the nail, just like that. And make sure when you guys working with the transfer gel, just make sure that your lamp is strong enough, because sometimes if it's under cure, the transfer foil won't transfer over properly. All right, so make sure your lamp is strong enough. And then just like that, I'm just gonna clean off the edges just a bit. And then I'm gonna cure it underneath my light for 30 seconds. And now that it's cured, I'm gonna go in directly with the transfer foil. And I'm just gonna apply it on and apply a lot of pressure when you press it down, just like that. And what I like to do is I like to kind of lift it up just a bit after I'm done. You see, I'm kind of peeking it and see where it's kind of missing, and I'll press it back down just to make sure it covers that little corner right there, just like that. And then for this side, again, I'm just gonna apply on my other half, but I'll just leave that little clear gap right there, just like that. And for this foil, I bought it on Amazon a while ago, so I don't know if they still have the exact same one, but you can search for it. It's just foil, transfer foil for nails. There you go, and I'm just gonna peel it off. And at the top, don't worry if it's not super straight. It's okay, because we're gonna be drawing a white line on top. Black lines over it, so it's all right if it's not super straight. Okay, guys, don't stress out about that. So I'm just gonna go in and press the foil on the missing pieces, just like that. And same thing for this one. I just go directly in with the transfer foil. And then make sure you apply a lot of pressure and press it down, just like that. And press it down. Make sure you apply a good amount of pressure just to make sure that they stick. And then again, I just kind of lightly pull it off to kind of just see. There you go. And then now I'm just gonna go in with a black gel polish. I went directly in it with the black gel polish, and I'm just gonna paint it on. But for anybody that's actually not very comfortable with drawing the lines, what I suggest you do is either put on a matte top coat or a shiny top coat, and then cure for 30 seconds, and then draw on your black line. The reason being is if you mess up the black line, you can wipe it off with alcohol or acetone without removing the transfer art on top of it. Because if you did not apply the top coat and you mess up the line, you go to wipe it off, you will remove the transfer art on the flowers, the transfer art, or the art piece on top of it, and then you have to redo it all over. So if you put on a top coat, that means it will protect that art underneath. So if you mess up the black line, you can wipe it off without removing the flowers from the bottom. I hope that makes sense. But that's the little trick that you guys should do, just to make sure that in case your line didn't come out straight or didn't come out even, you can wipe it off without removing the whole art on top of it. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna go in and make sure I color it in just like that. And even if you miss a spot, like you see that tiny little corner right there, I did not get the transfer foil on it, it's okay, because once you put on your top coat, you won't even see it. So don't even stress out about that little missing corner, just move on, and when you put on your top coat, you won't even be able to tell. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna go in and darken that area, and what I'm gonna do is after I'm done with this, I'm gonna cure it for 30 seconds before I work on my second line. Okay, so now, well, that's cure. I'm gonna work on my second line, because if you didn't cure that first painting at that first black outline you did, and you work on your second line and you mess up on the second line, you go to wipe it off, you might end up wiping the first outline you did. So just cure it and then work on your second line. In case you mess up, you can just wipe it off without messing up the whole piece that you've done before. And again, just for this nail, I'm going with the black also. And this is just a black gel from Notpolish. You can order it on notpolish.com. And I like to use it for all my painting, all my hand painting, because I find it's at a perfect consistency for me. And there you go. I'm just going to outline around the edges just like that. Okay, when we're done with this, we're gonna dry it for 30 seconds. All right, and now this is all done and dry. What I'm using right now is the Super Diamond Gel from Notpolish. It coming in a squeeze tube. So what I like about it is it's super convenient, and it's a non-cleansing diamond gel, which means it does not dry like sticky. So if you apply on your diamond, you don't actually have to wipe it off with alcohol or anything, because it doesn't dry sticky. It dries super smooth and not tacky at all. So I'm just gonna go in and apply on my little rhinestone right now, and then after that's done, I'm gonna cure it under the light for 30 seconds. All right guys, and of course, make sure before you dry it, make sure you straighten out your stones before you put it under the light. And then same go for this finger. I'm just gonna apply my little gems and then straighten it out before I cure it, or else it's gonna come out crooked. There you go, straighten it out just like that and cure it. And then on the next nail, same thing. apply my little gems in the center. Alright, now all the gems are done and dry. I'm going to go in with the Notpolish matte top coat and apply it on the rest of the nail, and just make sure that you guys go around the gems and not get the matte top coat on top of the gems. There you go, just go around it just like that. And make sure you guys clean off the edges of the nails before you cure them, because we want to keep the shape of the nail super sharp. Alright, same go for this nail. I'm just gonna apply it around the rhinestone just like that, and then make sure you guys wipe off the edges just like that, just a tad bit, just to ensure that the shape of the nail stay super sharp. Alright, just wipe it off, and then we're going to cure it under the light for 30 seconds. And this is the finished product of the whole look. Very vintage and super cute and super easy.